Hello, parents. Welcome to the Masterful Parenting Podcast. I'm Anne Alvares, parent coach, school counselor, and mother of two. Do you sometimes struggle with your parenting role? Do you notice that sometimes you're repeating patterns that you learned in your own childhood? Maybe you are carrying childhood pain that has not been healed, and you notice that it is showing up in your parenting with your own children. Perhaps you yell or get frustrated easily. Maybe you are directing them or telling them what to do all the time, and you notice that your actions are affecting your relationship with your children. Well, parents, I totally understand this. I came from childhood pain and I learned how to be a relational parent with my children. And I can teach this to you as well. This podcast is all about learning how to heal the childhood pain that we are carrying so that we can foster healthy relationships with our kids. Join us every week for a new show, and we will dive into the healing and the fostering of healthy relationships with our children. Hello, parents. Welcome to the Masterful Parenting Podcast and YouTube channel. My name is Anne Alvares, and today we are going to talk about raising men. I'm talking today to all of the boy moms. I'm a boy mom. I have two children. One is age 25 and the other one is 15. And I think we are in a very unique situation when we are boy moms because we have a responsibility, and that is to raise healthy men. So, raising healthy men is something that really speaks to my heart because when I was a kid, I did not have a healthy relationship with my father. He was abusive. And as a result of that, I had issues with relationships with men because I thought it was normal, like to be treated that way. And it's not. So, because I became a boy mom of two, I realized that it was part of my healing, actually. Um, I had to heal that part of me that was hurt so that I could raise healthy boys. Um, so I took that mission on really strongly. And I've learned a few things along the way about the way boys are, what they need. I've also learned what they need from counseling teenage boys. In high school, since I've been a school counselor for over 16 years, I've had a lot of conversations with teenage boys. So I know what are their struggles and what they need from us. Okay, so I want to talk about the first thing is if you want to raise healthy men, then as a mom, you are the first female relationship that they have. So it's super important. Our roles are super important. So we start by just like really loving them and being attentive to them. Um, and I think that's easy to do, especially when they're little. But we also have to adopt some healthy methods of raising them. And one healthy method is really to listen. So when they are little and they're telling us a story, that we're attentive to them. I mean, I say I'm guilty of not being attentive when they were little because I was on a to-do list of things to do. And I know it's super busy when you have toddlers to sit down and just give time to your son. But it is super important because they want to connect with us. So we have to make the time and stop everything and not have the same standards, maybe, of all the dishes have to be done or everything needs to be put away. Um, because it's important, but it's not as important as our children, right? So we want to give them the time when they want to connect. All right. And that goes the same thing with teenagers. Teenagers still want to connect, even though they seem like they don't, because they're in their rooms a lot, they're doing their own thing, they have their friends. But I will tell you, having a teenage son and being through the teenage years uh, before with my oldest, I know they still want connection. Teenage boys still want to connect with their moms. And they will show you, they will tell you, they'll be like, Mom, I want to tell you a story, or can we sit down and watch a movie, or can we play a game? They will invite you, right, to have talks and to do things with them. And when they do that, we have to jump on it. We have to stop whatever we're doing, saying, yes, let's do it. Let's go for a walk, or um, let's go out to eat together. Whatever it is that our teens are asking from us, then we try to give that to them. And the other thing too is really, really listen to their words and what's in their heart. Um, a lot of times men from older generations, they struggle with emotional intelligence. They struggle with verbalizing their feelings because they were not encouraged to talk about feelings. We generally, as a society, were not, and I'm talking about like decades ago. Um, we were not encouraged to talk about our feelings, and maybe culturally too. We were not encouraged to talk about our feelings. But I'm going to tell you, if we don't talk about our feelings and we suppress it, it can lead to mental health issues like suppression leads to depression. So we have to give a space for our children, especially our boys, to speak their feelings. I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm upset about this. Speak their feelings and get it out. Okay, that's healthy. So we give a space for that. We say, well, how are you feeling about that? We invite the conversation as moms, right? Because this is how we're going to raise healthy men. Um, what happened? Why did that upset you so much? Right? We ask them questions and we let them verbalize and express it without judgment. Okay. Expressing feelings is so good and so healthy in raising healthy men. And we want to make sure that we're not coddling them. I know it's hard. Like I struggled with it because I grew up with parents who were overprotective, right? They didn't let us do things. I will share a story. Like my brother, he's a year older than me. He told me uh, as an adult, he regrets that mom did not let him join the football team. He was approached actually in high school. He was a bigger guy, right? And he was approached by a coach in high school and said, you should join the football team. And then he asked my mom when we were teenagers, and my mom said, no, absolutely not. I do not want you to have any broken bones. And so he didn't. But to this day, he says he regrets that he didn't join the football team because it would have made a routine of physical activity. It would have given him discipline with physical activity. And as an adult, he was not physically active and he didn't change his ways until he was older to get more physically active. So we have to listen to our kids when they are asking us, can I try out for this? Or what do you think if I join basketball? Or maybe I can try out for soccer. We have to encourage it, even if we're scared, even if it's wrestling. Like even if it's scared, if they want to try it, if they want to do it, we cannot let parent fear interfere with their development and their growth, right? We have to put into check our own parent fear if we want to raise confident men. Okay. So when you think about the kind of man that you're attracted to, you're not attracted to someone that doesn't want to try things. Like most women want a man that's bold and that tries things and is confident. And so we want to raise those kinds of men, men that will go out of their comfort zone, try something new, learn, grow, and continue to develop, right? And not live in fear. So we cannot raise them with fear if we want to raise men who are confident and bold, right? So we have to put our fear in check. And we have to say, hold on a second, am I responding in fear? I need to stop that, right? Because I'm raising a man now. So we're not coddling. We're going to listen to them when they want to try things, even though we're scared. Uh, if it's something that's high risk, then we're going to ask them about it. Well, how do you keep yourself safe? What are you going to do to keep yourself safe? I will tell you, when we're raising men, when we're raising our children, our sons, they will tell us when they are ready for certain things in their lives. As they're growing up and becoming men, they will tell us, I want to try this road trip with my friend, or I want to take the bus downtown, or I want to go on a bike trip, right? They will tell us, I want to try this. I want to get a job. Okay. These are all signs that they're moving into adulthood. They're transitioning, and we can't stop it. We have to encourage it, right? I share a story that my 16-year-old, when my oldest son, who's 25 now, when he was 16, he said to me, Mom, I want to do a trip uh, to Victoria. It's a boat ride away, okay, a ferry ride away, about a 2-hour ferry ride away. And I want to use my bike, and I want to go on this trail that's along the coast. And I said, no, 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 honey, I don't want you to do that. Right? My first reaction was fear because he's my baby and he's 16 and I'm scared. And he told me that he wasn't going to tell me. Okay. And then that got me even more worried. I said, no, 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 no. Don't ever keep anything away from me. I need to know everything, even if I get scared. So let's talk about it. Who are you going to go with? What time will you leave? Can you do an itinerary for me? And so he did that all. He did everything I asked. I said, bring your phone, make sure that you you answer my text messages because, mom gets worried. I think it's okay to tell our boys, mom gets worried. And he was totally fine with it and he understood. So he did answer my text messages and he did give me an itinerary of his trip. And he went with a friend and they took the bus, then they took the ferry, then they went to on this trip. And he was so excited when he got there that he texted me and said, I'm here, Mom. And I was starting to release that fear, right? I was still scared, but I realized that he's growing up and that he wanted to do this. And I shouldn't stop him because of my fear. And I will tell you, moms of boys, I do not regret it. In fact, I am so happy I said yes, because when he came back from that trip, I noticed a new confidence in him. I noticed that he he had this confidence that he didn't have before the trip. And that means that he's growing up. And it's a good thing. It's really a good thing. So we want our boys to, when they're ready, to do the things that they want to do without us, right? Independently without us. That is going to help them to grow. Okay, so we're not coddling and we're not getting in the way of what they want. We're going to support them and encourage them, all right, and ask them. The other thing I was going to say is oh, boys are very physical. Like I know boys and girls are both physical, and physical activity should always be encouraged, but boys are very physical. It is a way for them to release tension, upset, stress. So it's so good to encourage physical activity with our boys as well. And you can do, as a family, like you can do physical activity. I do bike riding with my kids. I play basketball with them, even though I'm not a basketball player. Uh, they enjoy it. They want to do activities that are physical. It makes them feel good. They're really into hiking. Like I do try to support all of the things that they enjoy doing. It really gets me out of my comfort zone because I have to get in shape now, right? So, but it's a good thing. It really is. So I would say try to encourage physical activity like throughout their lives because that's going to be a habit that they will continue into their adult lives. Okay, so let's do a recap. We're listening to our boys. We're not coddling them. We're not going to do everything for them. We're going to allow them to learn how to do things for themselves. And we're going to listen to when they are ready to do things without us, right? And we allow them to do that, okay? Because that builds confidence. And we're going to encourage physical activity because it's healthy. That's good for them. And we're also going to listen and ask them about their feelings. What do they think? How do they feel about it? Let them talk about their feelings because then we are raising healthy men. Uh, they'll be encouraged. And since we're the first female relationship that they have, it's super important. Like we are really the role models for what they will look for in a wife. We repeat that. We repeat things in our childhoods. Uh, Women look for someone like their dad when they get married, and boys look for someone like their mom. I mean, it's just a general, natural instinct. So that's why our role is so important because we're the first role model, and they're going to be seeking women that make them feel the same way that their mom made them feel like loved, cared for, safe, safe to share their feelings, and were healthy with them and did things with them, connected with them. All those things are so, so important in raising confident, healthy men. Okay, moms of boys, I hope this is helpful and reach out if there's anything that you need for support, encouragement. And if you enjoyed this podcast, if it blessed you, changed you, or helped you in any way, I would love it if you would subscribe to my YouTube channel or my podcast and get the word out. Masterful parenting. Heal your childhood and parent better. That is my specialty. Okay, love to you all boy moms out there. Take care. Thank you, parents, for joining the show today. I hope it was valuable and that you have some useful tools to use with your children. If this show blessed you or changed you in any way, I would appreciate a review on my podcast or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or perhaps you could even recommend our masterful parenting to your family and friends. Thank you so much, parents.